You know, the thing that I think is the funnest thing is when I learned working with kids that you don't need to say no. That's like my favorite story ever. And the way I learned that was with one young lady who came to us. She was 14 years old, and she had just been placed in our home, and she had come to us actually from another state and another treatment program, and she had a boyfriend. And so she came to me and she said, you know, Talon, I'd really like to call my boyfriend. He doesn't know that I got moved here. And I remember thinking, wow, you know, I get that. I get that you want to talk to your boyfriend. We can have you do, you know, an hour's worth of work, and that hour's worth of work will, you know, you'll be able to earn talking to your boyfriend for 15 minutes. And she said, you know, I really need to talk to him right away. You know, there's a deadline. It's getting later in the evening. He won't be around. And I said, you know what? We've got, there's a girl that's working on her chore right now. If you'll just help her finish her chore, then you can talk to your boyfriend for 15 minutes. She said, well, I really don't have a lot of, you know, I really need to call him right away. And I said, you know what? She's just got a little bit left on her chore. You'll only be working for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you can talk to your boyfriend. And you know what? I'll even still let you talk for 15 minutes. And she just looked at me and she said, it's not worth it. And then she walked out of the room. And I had just spent maybe 20 minutes talking with her. She had convinced me that she wanted to talk to her boyfriend. And I remember thinking, you know, she's spent all that time in placement and in different placements and then with her parents figuring out how to get what she wanted. And she was willing to talk to get what she wanted. But when it came down to actually doing some work to get what she wanted, I mean, she chose not to. And so the lesson I learned from that with kids, and it's the same thing with adults, it's not about a yes or a no. It's about, is it worth it to you? And what I've learned is if you can start to move children and youth away from telling them no and instead telling them how. And that's what I talk to parents about. Don't tell them no, tell them how. So that they understand the decision making, what you're putting in place so that you can get the things that you want. And I think that's really critical. Because again, kids have this mistaken belief that the only thing between getting what you want is just deciding to do it. And really, the things that stop us from doing the things that we want is that we ration our resources. We decide what we're going to spend our money on. We decide where we're going to spend our time. And unfortunately, teenagers don't see that. So when you're working with kids, you know, one of the things I like to work with parents on is helping them understand that instead of telling their children no, tell their children how, and then let their children decide which way.